Hello, this is Raquel Reinagle, and today I'm going to be going over how to format the research project proposal. If you are interested in reviewing one of the sections of this video, check the description for timestamps for each section. Now let's move on to the content of this video. First of all, you can find general formatting rules in the Research Project Proposal Guidelines for students. The RPP guidelines are available on the Moodle EAP homepage. On the second page of the guidelines, we'll see this format box, which describes a number of important features for the formatting. Now, let's move over to an example research project proposal and talk about paper size and margins. To change the paper size and margins, you need to go to File and then Page Setup, which is the second to the bottom next to Print. In the Page Setup, you'll see that the paper size is letter automatically, and we want to change it to A4. You should also double check here that the margins are set to 1 inch on all sides. Once you have checked the margins and set the paper size to A4, you can click OK. The next thing we will go over is the cover page. You can imagine the cover page as the front page of a book. It doesn't have any content, but it tells you what the book is about. First of all, the text on the cover page should be centered. Right here, you can see center alignment. Secondly, you need to have your working title, which should be in font size 18. The next thing, which goes right underneath, which is also font size 14, is the phrase EEP Research Project Proposal. Then, in the middle of the paper, you need to write your name, which goes your given name, and then your family name/surname, followed by your candidate number on the next line. On the bottom of the page, you need to write your EAP Reading and Writing Tutor, and then your EAP group number, just as it is seen here. If you'll notice, this page is also double-spaced. To double-space items, you need to highlight them, and then go to this icon right here, click Line Spacing, and then make sure that it's double. Once we have our cover page set up, we can start with the rest of the paper. First, I would like to talk about the page numbers. The page numbers need to be centered and in the footer of the document. Let me show you how to set up page numbers. On the first content page, your cursor can be anywhere, and you want to click Insert Page Numbers, More Options. We don't want the position to be in the header, we want it to be in the footer, and sometimes this number will say a 1. We want to change it to start at 0 and untick the box Show on First Page, because we do not want page numbers on the cover page. After clicking Apply, we can see that the page numbers are on this first page, and we want it to be centered. So while we're in the footer and our cursor is blinking, and click Center Align. Now that will make all of the page numbers following also center aligned. And as we can see, there is no page number on this cover page, so we did it correctly. We do not want a page number on this first page. The next thing we want to add is information about yourself in the header. To add information to the header, double-click in the space above the text, and the header will pop up. We want to type in our name, followed by our candidate number. If you don't have the page number on the cover page, most likely you will not have the header also showing up on the first page. But in the case that you do have the header showing up, as in this example, you're going to double-click and then click Different First Page. Now let's talk about headings. There are two types that you can have, a heading and a subheading. The headings should be bolded, left-centered, and size 18 Arial font. Subheadings are the exact same, except they are size 14 font. Any other content will be size 12, and of course, everything is double-spaced. In the reference list and annotated sources, these should have a hanging indent. As you can see, this source has a hanging indent. We want to do that for this source, so we'll click on the second line of the reference, and then go to Format, Align and Indent, and then Indentation Options. We want to include a special indent, which would be a hanging indent, which is 0.5 inches. We'll click Apply, and now we can see that this source has a hanging indent. All of your references should be double-spaced with a hanging indent, including the references that are in your annotated sources. This concludes the video about research project proposal formatting. Thank you for watching.